Hi guys, so I'm gonna read All-Star Comics number 9. So like I said before, I'm gonna read all the Justice Society ones into one big video. I did, and I read the Flash comics, I think it was number 98, and I did it as one big video in that one, but I think the reason that didn't get any likes was because at the beginning, I said I would only read the Hawkman story, but I ended up reading all the stories in that in that video. So I guess yeah, I shouldn't have said that because I guess that made people click off the video because they thought I was just reading the Hawkman story for that comic, the Flash Comics number 98. Um, but yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna read All Star Comics number 9. So Green Lantern left the last issue because the Justice Society's membership was always changing all the time, which is one of the reasons it isn't as popular as the Justice League, because its members always, there were too many, and there are too many members, and their members always changed, which is one of the reasons. Like every issue they change, but Justice Society of America. So Hemisphere, so oh yeah, and also this was made right after Pearl Harbor, the Pearl Harbor attacks. I'm pretty sure this was published right after. So this issue, I think we'll be talking about a lot about World War II. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. This one was right after. I'm pretty sure it was. But Hemisphere Defense is the keynote in this special meeting of the Justice Society of America. Called from their ever-alert battles against the criminals and the lawless, the members of the Justice Society rallied together for a patriotic meeting called by Hawkman, presiding chairman. I think Hawkman would be known as the most he would be the leader of the Justice Society. Hawkman would be. He'd be the leader for like the newer comics in the 90s and that. But roll call: Hawkman, the Spectre, Dr. Fate, Johnny Thunder, the Atom, the Sandman, Dr. Midnight, Starman, and the honorary members Superman, Batman, the Flash, Green Lantern. What it should have been was Superman, Batman, the Flash, Green Lantern, and probably the Spectre. That's what it probably should have been from the get-go. But anyway, but the defenders of law and justice in their different localities are once more called upon to fight beneath the stars and stripes, unofficially, of course. Ever since their great feat of ridding the United States of foreign spies and agents. So that was in issue number 5, I think. Or no, 4, number 4. I think All-Star Comics number 4. The FBI chief in Washington has had his eye on them. So J. Edgar Hoover at that time. Now, once again, he has summoned their aid. In the Justice Society club rooms. I asked you to come here early so I could tell you we're expecting a visitor. A man who has done much for law and justice in the United States. The FBI chief from Washington. Golly, that's what I call an honor. It sure is. We want to show him we appreciate it. There's a knock at the door. Maybe it's him. Gentlemen, the chief of the FBI. He has a few words to say to us. We want to know we feel mighty good about this visit, sir. Anything you want, just ask for it. Thank you, gentlemen. I knew that you would be at your reaction, and that's why I felt that you were the men to come to. I know you all are patriotic Americans, and I come before you to ask you once again to serve your native land. Speaking for the boys, just you ask and we'll be swinging into action. Right. You said it. That's fine, fine. Well, you cleaned up spies and fifth columnists in the United States. Now that we have closed all German and Italian consulates, our hemisphere is menaced more than ever in Central and South America, and in Mexico by spies of the same totalitarian countries. We have to help our good neighbors to the south stop them. We've got to. The United States cannot act officially for obvious diplomatic reasons. It might be construed as an act of oppression by the twisted minds of foreign dictators. It'd be really good. I think the Justice Society comics, like, they'd be really good material to make into a show or a movie. Like especially all these early stories about them fighting like spies and that. Like it's really interesting. So they had very interesting concepts, especially like they'd have a bunch of supervillains later on. So the Justice Society. They'd fight the Injustice Society. I'll read that eventually. That was their arch enemies, the Injustice Society. So it was all their villains. So yeah, they had a lot of cool villains. It's a shame that like the Justice Society haven't been really properly. Well, they were adapted into Smallville. The adaptations they had, they never had like a full show just called Justice Society. It never happened. There's Stargirl, but I don't know. From what I've seen of that, looks pretty bad. That looks like really terrible. So, but Stargirl is probably the closest thing to a Justice Society show. But I mean, but all the members are dead, and that show's not set during World War II either. But by the twisted minds of foreign dictators, yet those spies must be weeded out and overcome. That's where you come in. I get it. The Justice Society can go down there and help clean up those rats without involving the United States. We work undercover, and Uncle Sam can't be accused of interference. What a good idea. Johnny, let the chief do the talking. I didn't mean to be disrespectful. And you weren't, Johnny. You hit the nail right on the head. You said what I came to say. But you must remember the danger is great. And once you start on this job, I cannot help you. The Nazis and fascists have long tried to damage our friendly relations with South America by trickery and underhanded methods. They are attempting by means of lies to get a foothold on South American soil. And when Hitler is ready, it will become a stranglehold. Spies and saboteurs are pouring into Mexico from Manzanillo. Their objective is to get control of the southern Pacific of Mexico, a vital supply link railroad. They've also tried to foment revolution inside the governments that are friendly to the U.S. Chile, extremely rich in nitrates that go to make gunpowder, is a hotbed of activity. And Argentina and Venezuela, raw materials and supplies that would feed and supply as an invading army, is high on the propaganda lists. Something to note, I think a lot of you guys might know this. Some of you guys might know this, but it's theorized that like when Hitler didn't actually die, and he went to Argentina, and he was hated by the government in Argentina, and a lot of Nazis actually did go to Argentina. Like I think the head of the SS did. They caught him, and then Joseph Mengele, the Dr. Death, the evil doctor, Nazi doctor, he went to Argentina. So there was a bunch of Nazis went to Argentina. There was a lot of like fascists. It was true there was a lot of like sympathetic to fascists, like Germany, especially Germany, because there were German communities in South America. So there's a lot of like sympathies to them. But I understand all you men except Johnny speak Spanish, which is the main language in these countries. The Brazilians, of course, speak Portuguese. I have sealed orders again for each of you. Tips is where trouble is expected, and how you may cope with it. These envelopes have the names of the various countries written on them. Take your choice. I'd like Mexico or Central America. Make mine Brazil. I'll take Chile. Hey, fellers, let's make the chief an associate member of the Justice Society. He sure is one man who can do a lot for law and order. I'm for that, Johnny. So am I. And I. A swell idea. 3 cheers for the chief, a real patriot. Yoo-hoo! Thanks, fellows. I've only been doing my duty, but nevertheless I accept the honor, and I'll keep an eye on you brother members while you're fighting a real battle for America. With shouts of joy and anticipation, the members of the Justice Society enthusiastically take up the trial once more. For America and democracy. What men? What real patriotic Americans? All I do is ask them for help, and how they leap at the chance. Why, I almost feel sorry for the men they're going after. Almost. Black gold flows deep in Mexico. Its oil wells contribute greatly to this country's prosperity, and add a modern touch to the romance of the ancient Aztecs, a civilization far older than that of the United States, a land of tradition and progress, with rich history, tapestried beside the Pan American Highway and the Southern Pacific Railway of Mexico. Acting under sealed orders, the Hawkman visits a member of the Mexican secret police. Who's there? I am the Hawkman. I believe you have some plans for fighting Nazism in your country. If you will be good enough to permit me, I am at your service. Oh, yes. Your first stop will be Manzanillo, called the Port of Human Cargoes. Go to the Plaza Hotel. This is what you will do. The one man to get is Johann Klaus. He is the brains behind the whole outfit. His idea is to station men near the Southern Pacific, to wreck it in case of war, thus cutting off a means to move supplies. Right. I'll see that doesn't happen. Keep him flying. But as the pinions of the Hawkman carry him away, the special agent makes a call. Yes, the Plaza Hotel. Hurry, please. It is important. At the Plaza Hotel in Manzanillo, the best defense against these spying rats is good offense. So in I go. What? It's him, the Hawkman! Men, get him! Looks like it's as if it's the right spot. Good, get him good. He is dangerous. Ja, he is a member of the Justice Society. A dozen men fling themselves at the Hawkman. Looks as though you boys were tipped off about me. I'll do some tipping myself. Now I'm getting mad. Ugh! My neck, Himmel! He is a Samson for strength. You boys like pigs, Knuckles. Here's a Hawk's Knuckles. See how you like these. Ach, how dot men can fight? I thought to capture him and learn his secrets. But Himmel, I've got to kill him to save my men. Ooh! We've got to make sure of him. If those others of his Justice Society learn what happened. But I do not like to think of what would happen. How about taking a boat ashore? We could put him in it, then blow it up. A motorboat takes them out to the sea. A good bomb will destroy all the evidence. Then no one will know what killed him. Ja, that is best. A bomb fuse is lighted, and the unconscious Hawkman is left to die. The fuse burns shorter and shorter. The bullet having struck only his headgear, the Hawkman slowly regains his senses. Oh, my head. Oh, a bomb. If I don't do something fast, I'll be blown out of my skin. Fight fire with fire. I've got an idea that may work. If only that bomb doesn't go off before I get started. The kerosene lamp crashes, and a fire springs up. I don't recommend this for a summer's day, but it's burning the ropes that hold me. Aha! Another 3 seconds and I'll be off the boat. The small boat is blown to bits. Those men will see the flames and think I'm dead, then to catch them off guard. Ha! I was right. They're going about their work as though nothing had ever happened. So that was hours later. There is a splintering of glass as the Hawkman crashes into the nest of the Nazi spy ring. Hello, boys. Surprised to see me back so soon? 9, 10, you're out. This time the party is going to get rough. He blew me into space. I see stars all around me. Those aren't stars, Hans. Those are his fists. Himmel, a blitzkrieg. This chap looks like one of the leaders. I'll squeeze some information out of him. How about that man, John Cross? Where is he? You'll either spill what you know or else. Don't hit me. I'll tell you what you want to know. We have been trying to get control of the southern Pacific of Mexico, so that is when the day of the invasion comes. Our armies will be able to cripple communication and supply lines. And how is this being done? We have men at spots along the railroad. They are meeting to prepare the way for the Führer. You will find them at Glorimas. The Hawkman binds his victims, then gathers written documents as proof of their espionage activities. The Mexican police will know how to deal with spies. When he turns over to the Mexican police, we shall handle them properly, Hawkman. You can leave them with us. Good.
That gives me time to get after those railroad-minded boys of north here.
At Guaymas, preparations are made for sweeping success in the event of war. The Hawkman is probably taken care of now. Your idea in capturing the Mexican agent and you taking his place could bore good results, Herr Klaus. We are ready for your speech, Excellency. You will tell us how to treat the railroad?
Yes, I will explain my plans now.
As Johann Kraus makes his fiery, treacherous speech.
Just in time. They're preparing to attack the railroad.
The Hawkman drops into the meeting room.
Mexican agent, huh? Why, you dirty rat. You don't even know what it means to be a Mexican.
The Hawkman, convulsed with rage, drives sledgehammer blows to Kraus's jaw.
The Mexicans love their liberty, and no black-hearted Nazi is going to get away with trying to take it away from them. Now come on and fight, you sneaky dogs. I'm one American you're going to have to stop before you blow up any railroad.
Ach, he has gotten mad! Ach, Himmel!
Line them up in the next alley. Whoopee!
The sound of battle draws the Mexican police.
Hello, boys. I could use a little help.
Look, the Hawkman. Looks what he's doing to those Nazis. Let's give him a hand. The Mexicans join the fight against the Nazi spies.
Viva Hawkman!
These men are Nazi. These man is a Nazi, acting as an official of our government. We will deal with him as we deal with all our spies.
With these men in jail, and with proofs and papers that your officials have back in Manzillo, the Nazi threat here should be broken up.
It will be known, Senor Hawkman. We men of Mexico are friendly to the United States, because you do not try to tell us how to live and die, and we are very thankful for your help, Hawkman. The spy ring broken up, the Hawkman continues to South America to meet the other members of the Justice Society. And signed Shelley. I think that was the artist or writer. The Spectre, traveling through the etherwaves in a wrath-like fashion, quickly reaches his destination, the distant Argentina. Above the beautiful city of Buenos... I always fuck up that, Buenos Aires. I think that's how Buenos Aires. That's their capital city. It's the largest city. Yeah, Buenos Aires. I think that's how you say it.
Now let's see what my job is. Army planes disappearing mysteriously. Suspect. A fifth columnist responsible. Investigate. There is an army plane now. What's that strange thing hovering over it?
The Spectre witnesses a strange sight. What seems to be a huge octopus of the air descends and grasps the plane within its tentacles. Up, up, up goes the plane in the grip of this strange monster of the sky.
It's taking the plane right up to into the stratosphere.
Meanwhile, in the plane, the pilots struggle for air.
Can't breathe. Altitude. What is doing this to us?
Those men will perish. Have to do something fast.
Breaking through the plane's side, the Spectre reaches the men.
Not a moment too soon.
Ooh!
Quickly he tosses the men into space.
Have to get them back into the atmosphere.
As they hurtle through space, gaining terrific momentum, the Spectre streaks after them.
Can't let them gain too much speed.
Gently he slows their fall.
Now to release their parachutes.
Safely in the atmosphere, the parachutes open and the pilots float earthward.
They'll be all right. Now to find out what that fiendish thing was.
While inside, the terrible monster of the air. Another plane for our beach fleet. Yeah, and a good one too. No one can reach us here in the stratosphere.
Himmel!
Take me to your leaders, or I will bush you with eternal fire.
Mercy, anything you ask.
It is over, for the Führer and the Vaterland. The fanatical pilot pulls a lever.
I scuttle the ship.
A sudden blast blows the aerial pilot ship into smithereens. Boom! Having no bodily substance, the Spectre is unharmed.
Good riddance to such vultures. But too bad they took their secrets with them.
Disappointed, the Spectre comes to Earth and takes the form of Jim Corrigan. Maybe I can find out more in my earthly form. Jim calls on the chief of the Argentine Secret Service.
I'd like to offer myself. Unofficially, of course.
Many thanks, my American friend. Your reputation is well known to us, Carlos. However, we have been busy, and only today we have caught the leader of a whole ring. Carlos, bring him in.
See.
He posed as a merchant, but we suspected him. Among his papers is proof that he and his crowd are stealing our planes. We will find where they are hidden. Someday, you'll die. I think you'll die for this. Good work. I'm going to fly this. Okay. So that's I'm going to fly this traitor to a military prison. Would you like to come along? Thanks, I would. Democratic fools. The two men and their prisoner arrive at the airport, board a waiting plane, and take off. A short distance from the field, the plane gives a sudden jolt. What was that?
It's them!
This time they won't get away.
As the plane reaches the stifling heights, what is that word? Something the atmosphere, around the atmosphere, Jim becomes again the dreaded Spectre.
Ooh, I die happy for the fiola.
Good thing I came along on this trip.
Evolving his unusual powers, the Spectre throws the men into a trance.
In this state, they won't have to breathe. I'll restore them later.
After reaching great heights, the pirate craft descends with its prey on a plateau high into the Andes.
They bring another one. Yeah, soon we beat them with one of their own planes.
The men are carried out of the plane. No one knows that they are acting in a trance.
Hammond too. Oh well, he died for a good cause. Now I am the leader.
The heartless rat.
The sinister swastikas quickly painted on the captured plane.
Hurry! Now that I am leader, I strike at once.
The Spectre makes a quick reconnaissance of the plateau.
The captured, planes hidden high up in the mountains where no one would look for them. But how do they get from here?
The question is quickly answered. A few minutes later, the stratosphere ships do go into action, lifting the planes high into the air.
So that's how it's done.
I can't even read the planes. It says over. I can't read that at all.
Clever. Clever devilish, aren't they? Or clever devils, aren't they?
As the first bomb is dropped over Buenos Aires, the Spectre, swelling to tremendous stature, he opens his mouth and lets a bomb drop in. Then he sends it hurling back at the plane.
That's one out of the way. Like little insects, which they are, have to clean out these planes.
Gently, the Spectre places the recaptured planes on something away, I think.
I put them back where they can.
Oh my god, I can barely read any of these. Where they can't affect
liberty and democracy.
Do something with liberty and democracy. This talk finished, the Spectre streaks back into the Andes.
More vermin to clean out.
One touch releases the men from their trances, as the Spectre becomes Jim Corrigan.
Where are we?
We're all right. Just a little dizziness from altitude. The Nazi is quickly, transferred.
We're in their hideout. We'll strike suddenly. I'm with you.
Unarmed, the two stage a surprise attack on the mountain stronghold.
Vive la libertad! Surprise!
Back in Buenos Aires, how those planes got back, no one knows. I am puzzled. Some things are better left unknown. Well, till we meet again, keep 'em flying. Oh, and so the Spectre carries out his assignment. Let's see how the others are faring. To Chile, rich in nitrates, gold, and copper, comes the atom. In this land, which is only 120 miles wide and over 1,000 long, all manner of climate can be found. Before the presidential palace is a statue of Andre Bello, carved into marble, scholar, statesman, and patriot. To him, Chile owes a fine university, its code of laws, and high standards of scholarship. Its school system ranks among the finest in the world. At Santiago, magnificent capital, the atom, as Al Pratt visits Alberto Medina, chief of the Servicio de Identificaciones. Your gracious gesture in offering to help remove the Nazis who propaganda's flooding my country is accepted, Senor Pratt. Only I don't know where you should begin. You mean you don't know who's behind all this? I know, but I cannot prove it. The head man is Adolphus Hecht. Yet if I arrest him without proof, I create an international crisis. Suppose I go out after proof. As an American working independently, there could be no comeback against you. That is a good suggestion. If you need help at the finish, call me. I'll be back. I'll back up your move. I guess I can take that risk. But only if I get the proof. I understand, senor. And thank you. Keep 'em flying. With Fred Simmons, a friend painting native life for an art study, Al visits a restaurant that Hecht is known to frequent. I hate the Nazis and everything they stand for. They're all bullies and cowards at heart. Shh! Here comes one of them now, Hecht. He's supposed to be their leader. If you were not such a little thing of a man, to prove to you that Nazis are not cowards. You are too small. So's dynamite. Small, but nobody's fools around with it, punk. I guess you're just scared. Al, are you nuts? That guy's liable to call up a couple of thugs and have you beaten to a pulp. That's just what I want him to do. It'll make him show his hand, and I'll have an excuse to go into action. Uh-oh. Don't look now, Al, but as one toe said to the other one, a couple of heels are after us. You better run, Fred. It's every man for himself. This is just what I want. I'll let Fred get away, and then make him follow me. Al Pratt darts into a nearby alley. Ha, he tried to escape us. Herr Hecht was right. He is trying to stir up trouble. Himmel will catch him. Screened by a corner of the building, he dons the garb of the atom. Here's the opening move of our little game. This ought to loosen your tongue, so you can tell me where that secret printing press is. Ooh! May I have this dance, boys? Or would you rather sit this one out? And tell me about your spying selves. The atom whirls the toughs around like a couple of whips. Waltz me around again, Willie. He lets them go right into the faces of their comrades. Yo! You set this out until I get through with the rest of your pals. I only come up to your jaw, but that's as far as I want to come. Okay, this is pretty weird. And now that we've settled our differences in my favor, let's get real, chum. Where's that secret printing press? Oh, my head. My face is ruined. Then I'll give you a facial massage free for nothing. That'll improve your looks and also make you wag your jaw. Talk. Where's that printing press? Stop, I'll tell. It's in the side of the Andes, hidden beneath the great statue. You enter by pulling a Westina vine. Thanks, pal. I'd advise you to take the first boat back to wherever anything like you came from. Where's Al Pratt? And who are you? I'm a friend of all lovers of freedom. These thugs tried to gang up on Al, but I happened along. Officer Senor Medina might appreciate your throwing them into jail. You might also tell that Senor Medina that the printing presses are hidden in the Andes. I'm on my way there now. It shall be my privilege, senor. Say, where's my pal, Al? I think he went into the movies. Why don't you try them yourself? Santiago is full of moving picture houses, with all the latest pictures, too. Huh? Went to the movies? Thoughtful of Fred to leave his car for me. It won't take me long to get out there with the swell roads they have in Chile. If I let them capture me and brag a little, maybe they'll give me enough information for the police to act on. So he told the truth. There is an opening here. That's where the tunnel ends. Maybe it's the secret room where the printing press is concealed. Well, I found it anyhow.
Put up your hands. Ah, so you found our secret headquarters. The knowledge will do you no good. It was foolish of you to come into our sight like that. I have no pity for foolish men.
So what? Who do you think you are, King Solomon? You're no mental marvel.
No, I shall prove to you how smart Adolphus Hecht is. For years I worked in the United States, fooling their agents. Are you the same thing here?
Phooey. Deliberately, the Atom taunts Hecht until the man's rage causes him to boast extravagantly.
Himmel! This place so cleverly hidden prints all their Nazi propaganda. Look here, letters from der Führer himself, complimenting my great cleverness.
So they are. I guess you're clever after all.
At last you admit my brilliance. Too bad you'll have to die for it. Take him away, men, and see that he doesn't come back. Ja!
Ja. Ja. You're pretty clever, but there's just one thing you've forgotten.
So? What is that?
And as the Atom speaks, he slips his foot in front of Hex. Never let an enemy get this close to you, because he's liable to trip you up and get you between him and the men with the guns. I got to get some ammunition myself.
Get that man! Get him, I tell you! He has made a fool of me!
I haven't pitched for a long time, but these lead lettering blocks make good baseballs. Look! Strike 3 and you're out! Whoa, smart guy. I would have a few words with thee.
Not me, you got me speechless.
You said it, rat. You sure are speechless. You stole this man's car, you... Oh! Hello, Senor Medina. Here's Adolphus Hecht, and inside that cave you'll find some more of his men, and the proof you've been looking for. Now you can go on ahead. While I've got to be on my way to meet the rest of the Justice Society. Buenos noches. To the city of Caracas, Venezuela, birthplace of Simon Bolivar, the great liberator, and which houses his remains in the Pantheon comes the Sandman. Little Venice is known for its coffee, coca, sugar, and gold. Its Lake Macarbo, the fertile oil region wells are sunk in the lake itself. One of Venezuela's ports, La Guaria. Yeah, I don't know any Spanish, so I'm sorry about these pronunciations. I'm very bad at them. But Lake Guaria is the heart of the old Spanish Main. The Sandman pays a call to Senor Jose Ortez, officer in the Departamento de Investigaciones or whatever. I know I know French pronunciation. I don't know Spanish. The Secret Service Bureau of the Venezuelan government. Senor, I come from Washington, hoping that I may be of some service to you in your fight against fascism. If you'll command me, I'll try to carry out your orders. I'm glad to meet you, Senor Sandman. Venezuela leased her oil fields to Britain and the United States. Now the fascists are attempting to sabotage those wills in an effort to slow up production.
take complete control of their output. The people of this nation love freedom and democracy. Did not our Bolivar free this country? Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, and Bolivia? We hate totalitarianism, and we want to see it beaten.
Those are the sentiments of the Justice Society. I'll go out to those oil wells for a starter and meet you later. Lake Maricopa. That's what this was. Is the first port of. It's the first port of call if those babies are trying to sabotage. They'll have to reckon with me. The houses and stories around the lake are on stilts, just as they were when the Spanish discovered this lake. Thus the name Venezuela, Little Venice. I mustn't forget to reset my watch. Venezuelan time is a half hour later than our time. Hello. Those men are mighty secretive about something. Maybe my wire poon will bring me close enough to overhear them. Firing his powerful wire poon at a tree stump, the Sandman swings across, high over the heads of the plotters. I'm riding high. You might call me a leaves-dropper, considering where I am. That's a really bad pun. He says leaves-dropper, like eavesdropper. The sabotage we've been doing has thrown a lot of these workmen out of work until repairs have been made. Yes, and they're getting restless. If the sabotage continues, it will be easy to swing the sympathies of those people to our side. And we'll see it continues. The night we smash the wells in the lake, at midnight we go out there and blow up the wells. Look, look, a man in the tree, a man spying at us. Instead of hiding myself, I'll come out and give you a hiding. He must have overheard us. Get him. It's a Sandman. That Justice Society is after us again. You'll have to get up pretty early in the morning to do that, boys. Know that track team's sons, don't you? Amalapola, Vaulter? I'll vault right into you. Ouch! The American wisecracks hurt more than punches. You won't need the gun, sonny boy. Drop it. No, my wrist. My wrist, your eye. Your wrist, my eye. Then the Sandman wades in with lefts, rights, and uppercuts. My fist. Your eye coming at you, boys. You aren't tired, are you? Let's play follow the leader. Right down to the jail. The treacherous shot fells the Sandman. Come on, get him. Now we can go ahead with our plans without fear of being betrayed. You only winged him to the shoulder. We'll finish him for good, before he comes to and finishes us. What? Wait, what if we killed him? He'll never know he failed. Let's drug him. He'll recover too late to stop us. Good idea. Then he'll know we failed to stop him. He failed to stop us. When word gets around that we foiled the Sandman, it will throw fear into the hearts of our enemies. This will put them to sleep for hours. Meantime, we'll get on our way. Wounded and drugged, the Sandman lies unconscious. Hours later, a moon rises over Lake I said that perfect early. Maricopa, I think, to disclose a boatload of saboteurs slipping out towards the oil wells. And still the Sandman sleeps on. What happened? Got to stop those men. Is there still time? 10 minutes after 1. They were to blow up the wells at midnight. Weak and wounded, the Sandman staggers downhill toward the lake. I've got to find out what's happened. It's too late to save the wells, but maybe I can still trail those men. Thank heavens, the wells are still there. There's still a chance to save them. His wire poon leaping through the air and digs into the wood of an oil derrick. He's gotten loose! Places! I'm getting away from here. Another passenger coming aboard. Yo, he's going to sink us! Sit down, boys. You're rocking the boat. Ow! Ooh! Come down with that before you go up with it. Careful, this is TNT. Water cures a bomb, and maybe it'll cure you, water rat. Blub, 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 blub.
Now for the rest of the men in your ranks. Where are they? Speak fast, fascists. We'll tell you. Keep lifting your heels. Heels, here comes a car. It's Ortez of the Departamento de Investigaciones. Here they are. And I have a list of the rest of the men down here who've been causing trouble. From now on, you can take over, officers. A fine job, Sandman. Keep 'em flying. But what I can't understand is, if your wristwatch showed 10 after 1, why didn't the oil wells blow up before that? If they got out there at midnight. Of course, I just remembered I was setting my watch for Venezuelan time, and I was interrupted, so my watch was running a full hour fast. And now I've got to meet the rest of the Justice Society boys down here. Hasta la vista. And
so Johnny Thunder, the island of Cuba, rich in history and natural beauty. The fort of Havana is a mighty vacation resort for all America. From its so this is before the revolution in communist revolution in like 1959 or whatever. That's when the communist revolution. But from its forests come valuable mahogany and cedar. From the southern slopes of Veluda, Abajo come the finest tobaccos, and its great sugar plantations are known the world over. And here comes Johnny Thunder, just landing at Havana. He can't speak Spanish. Too bad for him. I'm supposed to get in touch with Cuba's clever espionage agent, Bradley Zena. He's gonna tip me off as to what I can do to help fight Nazis. Oh, say, that's a mighty pretty girl. I wonder if she knows this Bradley Zena. I'll ask her. Hello? Salud, senor. May I be of help? I'm looking for a Bradley Zena. You see, I'm gonna help him fight spies. Don't wanna brag, but I'm a member of the Justice Society. See, I know you. You are the terrible Johnny Thunder. And you look for spies? Yes, indeed. I guess I'm sort of a hero. The kind that catches crooks and everything. Do you know this Zena? Why bother with Zena? That man there. See him? He is known to be a spy. Why not catch him and show him up? I told him you were a spy, Miguel. Pretend that you are... No? Si, senorita, with great pleasure. If this is Johnny Thunder, I will fool him a little. I wish you two wouldn't speak Spanish. I don't understand a word of it. I told him you were after spies. You saw how he looked at you. In fear and ran away? He is a dangerous man, Johnny. Say, you shouldn't have warned him, but I'll get him. Hey, Thunderbolt, catch that man. Johnny says, say you, the Bandesian hex word that summons his Thunderbolt. But since they are in Cuba, the Thunderbolt wants Johnny to say you in Spanish. And Johnny doesn't know any Spanish. Stop, you. I know you're a spy. Stop. Hey, Thunderbolt, what's keeping you? Johnny takes up the chase by himself. Hurry up, you loafers. There's a member of the Justice Society catching me. He thinks I'm a spy. We got to get rid of him before the dangerous ones turn on us. Who told him? How did he discover it? It was to be a joke on him, but the woman who agreed asked me to pretend to be a spy. Did not know that I am one. The Thunder fellow will play right into my hands. Unknown to Johnny, a trap is being set for him. We will lead him out of the old castle. When he passes through the castle gate, you know what to do. We know what to do. A rope passed from above and pzzz. You won't get away with this. I'll follow you in that old car. Hey, Thunderbolt! Golly, I'll smash these Nazis down here so fast they won't know what hit them. When I see that Thunderbolt. Ah, the dope. I'm in Cuba now, and I don't answer to an English, say you. If Johnny doesn't say it in Spanish, I won't work. As Johnny nears an ancient castle gate. What hit me? Hey, come back, car. So, dirty work, eh? You spy. I'll show you. Thunderbolt, say you, say you! Don't you hear me, Thunderbolt? You'll be a dead spy catcher when we get through with you, my friend. I found these plans to the secret underground passage in this old castle years ago. They make very good headquarters for spies. Even the Cubans themselves do not know it's not. Deep in the subterranean chambers of the old castle, Johnny is taken. I am a fair man. I will give you a sporting chance for your life. We will throw dice to see how you die. Some sport. Oh boy, that'll be fun. Huh? If I win, I hang him. If I win, I'll chop him to little pieces with my knife. Oh, Thunderbolt, dear Thunderbolt, what are you doing? This dice game will be the end of me. I can feel it. Dice, you stay tied. Don't let anybody win. Uh-oh. Dice, busted. That's Spanish for say you. It gives him control over his Thunderbolt, but he doesn't know it. I say Ivan. Nobody can beat 2 6s. We'll feed him to the El Diablo, the shark that lives in the bottomless well under the castle. We'll put him in this net, then let El Diablo chew his way through the net to get him. Imagine how he'll suffer as he sees the shark getting closer and closer to a meal. What's this for? You got me tied up enough. I can go any place. Johnny is carried through the ancient secret passages of the old castle to a deep well. Yo, a shark! Think of your mother, Sharky. She wouldn't want you to eat a poor boy like me. Besides, I don't taste good. Help, help! Lower and lower goes Johnny until he touches the water. Maybe by keeping far away from him, I can hold him off for a while until he chews up the net anyhow. The shark makes a mad rush. Oh, he's getting nearer and nearer, and the net is getting shorter and shorter. Hey, Thunderbolt, where's my wandering Thunderbolt now? Hey! What do you know? What do you want now? The shark is gonna eat me. Save me, Thunderbolt, save me. You're safe. You're up away from the water. All you've got to do is climb the rope. Golly, why doesn't somebody tell me these things? That's swell. In the meantime, the young lady who told Johnny that Miguel Gorders was a spy learns that he really is one. You mean Miguel is a spy? Oh, that's awful. Do not blame yourself. Only recently we decoded some secret messages to him. Where can we find him? If Johnny Thunder dies, I will never forgive myself, fool. To think myself so smart that I know everything. He went toward the castle. That much I know. I'll go there myself. You, Miguel, halt! You're under arrest. Not so fast, my little chickadee. Where you go, you will not need that toy. I am feeding you, as I fed that stupid Johnny Thunder to the shark El Diablo. Ooh! Just as then Johnny finds his way out. Come along! Oh, more skullduggery, eh? Put up your fist, punk. Leave that poor girl alone. Put up my fists gladly, like this. Ooh! Ow! Oh, there's something wrong here. Somewhere. I'll tell you what's wrong. You're wrong. All wrong. Get back on the wall. Oh, what a dope. I'm not a dope, Thunderbolt, and I'll show you I'm not. You watch my stuff. Take care of that nitwit, boys. I'll drop the woman to the shark myself. Jah! Nitwit, you say? Them's fighting words. Why don't you fight, then? How do you like this for hospitality? Nazi version. Ooh, ouch. Oh, how awful. Poor Johnny. Maybe being too hard on him. But I gotta make him depend on himself. Anyhow, he gets all the credit for what I do. Get back in there and fight. You too, Thunderbolt? It seems everybody's picking on... Oops.
Wanna fight, hey? Ouch, ooh! Johnny trips as he leaps forward. Now for you, Miguel, you big pill. Oops! Ha ha, you can't even stay at your feet. Do they ache? And he lands hard. Not as much as your stomach is going to. Oof! Or your jaw either in a minute. Help, this worm has turned!
Reinforcements.
Let's go get him, Thunderbolt.
Right with you, Johnny. We'll show 'em how we Americans can fight.
We'll send you sailing right back where you came from.
Sailing? An idea, Johnny.
Johnny's Thunderbolt gets right on the job.
You heard what he said. Start flying.
And keep 'em flying, Thunderbolt.
You got your sailboat. Now, sail back to your fatherland where maybe they can appreciate thugs and killers like you.
My hero, Johnny, you saved Cuba. You are my great hero. Oh, maybe I better see this guy Bradley Xena now, huh? Foolish, little Johnny. I am Bradley Xena. I am the great spy catcher until you came along. I think I love you. We will get married and catch lots of spies together. You, Bradley Xena? I say I better get along to join the Justice Society members. Thunderbolt, save me! What will Daisy see when she sees a beautiful woman with me? Help me, Thunderbolt, help me! I don't want to get married. Do not run, Johnny. Cuba is an island. You can't get off of it. I'll catch you sooner or later.
Johnny's hour of power over the Thunderbolt is up, and since Johnny still doesn't speak Spanish, he doesn't know what he said that brought his Thunderbolt into action. It looks as though he'll have to get out of this one alone. Anyway, let's see how the other Justice Society members are doing. In the Republic of Brazil, larger in area than the United States, great green jungles and mighty river waterways vie with modern airliners, great cities, and street cafes a la Parisine for the interest of travelers. Gifted with rich coffees and fine rubber, Brazil supplies these to the rest of the world. High over Rio de Janeiro, mighty capital of Brazil, which is surrounded by mountains and faces Guanabara Bay, hovers a strange floating fortress.
Ja, my work is done. I have completed tests on this floating fort of mine. She will revolutionize all war. With enough of these, the Vaterland will have a floating Siegfried line able to conquer the world.
Ja, General.
We must prepare the way in Brazil. To do that, we must capture Senor de Cordoban, who is the Democratic leader. I have already given orders to our agents to do away with his wife. So if there's someone disguised as Cordoban should step into his shoes, no one would be the wiser.
In a modern airliner, Kent Nelson, Dr. Fate, senses trouble brewing.
Pardon me, but would you care for a glass of water? It is so hot. Why, thank you, yes.
Strange that a man would pick that woman to.
Who?
His keen eyes see the man's finger drop a tiny pellet into the cup. With the rapidity of thought, Kent Nelson slips into an empty stateroom and dons his Dr. Fate costume.
Hold everything! Don't drink that water! It's been poisoned! What? You meddling upstart!
Seizing the cup, he drinks the water.
You'll answer to me for this.
Since my body is composed of pure energy, poison cannot hurt me, though it would have killed that lady.
Oh!
Come along, Buster. We're going into a dive, right out of this plane.
No! I'll be killed, yeah!
Using the magical powers which he is master, Dr. Fate leaps through the wall of the plane. You and I are going to keep a date with death.
Stop it, stop! I'm afraid.
When you're ready to tell me why you tried to kill that woman, I'll save you.
Save me, tell! Save me, I'll tell.
Diving quickly, Dr. Fate catches the Nazi agent and slowly both float to Earth.
I acted under orders. That woman was Senor or Cordoban. Her husband is very anti-Nazi. He was kidnapped. She was to be killed so not to identify this false man who is taking his place in disguise.
You rats.
Or you should be like,
You rats!
I can imagine what will happen to Alma Cordoban when she finds a Nazi in her husband's place. She will be killed for sure this time. Don't leave me! I'll die! At the Cordoban home in Rio, nestling in the shadow of the gigantic statue that crowns Mount Corcovado. Oh, Esteban, something... Oh, no! You are not Esteban, though you look like him. Who are you? I will tell you, for you will not live to tell anyone... I will tell you, for you will not live to tell anyone else. I am Herr Kornmann. I am a Nazi spy who has taken your husband's place, so that we Nazis can control the great industries your husband owns. Oh, you fiend? Fiend, yes, but also very smart. Enough to know how to silence people. Now you die! Help! A leaping figure swoops across the path of the bullet. Dr. Fate has arrived in time. I think you've got to guess again, rat. She won't die, and the bullets from your gun can't harm me. But I know something that will hurt you. My fists. Ooh! I better take you along with me. You will not be safe here until the menace is wiped out. My husband. He may be dead now. And this is so awful. I'll take you deep into the jungle. There you will be safe. Hello, look at that thing floating high in the air. Wonder what it is. My poor husband. I'll never see him again. You will be safe here. These jungles are almost unexplored. I mean, there's like snakes and shit there. I don't know what you would put someone in the jungle. I mean, there's probably like, yeah, there's a lot of like poisonous snakes in Brazil. So I don't know. But I will return for you shortly, where I can save your husband and bring him to you. Keep him flying. You are too good. I'd like to know more about that huge palace that seems to be floating in midair, but I have to attend to business. I see my friend is recovered. He finds Herr Kornmann as reinforcements. You must have liked the menu to invite all your friends to get what you got. It's him again! Himmel, stop him! But mere numbers never toppled Dr. Fate. The more the merrier. Come on, boys, join the party. I'll try to make this short and snappy, as the boy said when he cut the rubber band in half. Here's a flying young man without his trapeze. I've got 5 knuckles just itching to let you try your teeth on them. Now talk. Where have you hidden Cordoban? Don't hit me any more. I'll tell you. He's in Strauss's fort up in the sky. That floating palace affair I saw. That is where he is? Yes, that is it. Strauss's must be ready. If he allows this palace to be seen, you are too late. Strauss is already ready to bring his great invention into use. A man flying through the air, an old queer man in strange garments. But I must not let him interfere with my mission. Mein Führer entrusted me with the task of making an invasion of South America easy. I shall not fail him, but I must test my foot in battle. The test strikes a snag. Dr. Fate. Boom! Himmel! That man is unkillable. 5 direct hits and he still lives. You've had your turn at taking shots. Now I'll take mine. Himmel! The man is made of steel. A headache in one fist, and a stomach acher in the other. Come, lad, we give up. Never can we fight that man. He does not know enough to quit. 9. If a body meets a body coming through the door. You're on the way, buddy. I want to get to that boss of yours. Hold him, Adolf, till we can get him to Senor Cordoban. Halt, or I'll kill Senor Cordoban. You do not wish to see him die, 9? I certainly don't. I give in. Don't kill him. Whoever you are, senor, keep up the fight. I will gladly give my life to keep my country free.
Tie him in irons, men. That ought to hold him.
Oh, tie him in irons, men. That ought to hold him.
It looks as though you've got me, doesn't it? Moving with speed and accuracy of an Indian club juggler, Dr. Fate hurls the Nazis at Strauss.
1, 2, you're all through. Strauss, 3, 4, do you want any more? Oh!
You were supposed to see me about instructions as to ridding my country of Nazis, Dr. Fate. But it seems you've done all right by yourself.
I've had a lucky break, senor. Now, if we can dispose of these rats, I'll take you to your wife. The Brazilian police, under Senor Cordoban's efficient orders, take over with dispatch.
You call it a lucky, senor. I say only one man could have raced that barrage of gunfire and lived. You.
Huh? You'll give me a swelled head. Now let's find Mrs. Cordoban. She'll be glad to see you. Deep in the vast jungles, husband and wife are reunited.
Esteban, oh, how good it is to see you.
I'd better rescue that other Nazi I left stranded out here and turn him over to the police. Then I'll meet to the rest of the Justice Society members. These 2 loyal Brazilians don't want me around any longer. How are they going to get back to civilization? How are they going to get back to the city? They're left alone in a massive jungle. Anyway, I don't know what that. But so the 10 mines of Bolivia are known the world over. Also, the largest lake in South America is 12,500 feet above sea level in Bolivia. Lake Titicaca. This water never freezes and will not rust steel. Brazil is a mighty mining nation, producing 1/4 of the world's tin and being rich in tungsten, silver, lead, zinc, antimony, copper, and gold.
Welcome to Bolivia. I heard of your great exploits as well as those of your fellow members. I think you can help me clear up a puzzling matter.
Starman visits the office of La Sección Extranjera, Bolivian secret police. Anything you say, senor.
Our tin mines are undergoing a strange form of sabotage. Deep in the earth, there are sudden raids by men that no man sees. How the Nazis enter these mines, how they depart, is a mystery.
Even at that moment, a raid in the mines is in progress.
Throw up your arms and you won't be hurt. The mine invaders! Help! Help!
March ahead down the tunnel. These raids will continue until your fellow miners learn it is useless to work these mines unless your tin is shaped to the fatherland for its war needs. Behold, our boring tank. It bores right through the earth. With it we attack your mines whenever we please. We have no set passages, so no one can discover us.
Meanwhile, I think I can put a stop to this mine menace. I'll get to work at once.
I'm sure you do all that you can. Our agent Jose Margres will place you in the mines.
Thus Starman takes his place beside the native miners in the depths of the earth, awaiting the weird underground invaders. I've been here almost a week now, and no sign of trouble. Behind him, even then, a whirling metal nose bites through the rock.
Surrender, we got you covered. The invaders. How did they get past the mine guards?
Taking the Nazis by surprise, Starman disarms them with a flying tackle.
Ouch! Hey!
Think you've got us bluffed, eh? You've got your back to the wall, as the wallpaper said, to the picture.
Wham! Himmel! He'll brain us, or
kill us all. Take your pick, and I'll see that you get it. The fleeing Nazis reached into the boring tank.
Into the puller!
It is our only chance to escape that madman.
So that's how they come and go. So mysteriously, I'll follow them into the tunnel they're making. Quite a contraption. The boring nose bites a tunnel through solid rock. Starman pursues the giant borer. So this is the secret headquarters of mine invaders. Start saying your prayers, chums.
Yo, he followed us here.
In the wooden doorway behind Starman, a Nazi takes aim.
I'll bring down that fighting fool.
But as he fires,
I can't seem to shoot straight.
A sniper, the magnetic ray of the gravity rod deflects bullets. Trying to shoot me in the back, eh? I'll have to teach you better manners. The impetus of Starman's lunging body knocks aside a beam holding up the wall. As part of the tunnel wall falls, a cascade of stone, dirt, and wooden beams lands on Starman.
Ugh.
That cave-in knocked him out. Now's our chance.
We will finish this impetus meddler once and for all. Take him to a tunnel and place him in the path of the boring tank. The whirling super metal laws will tear him to ribbons.
The unconscious Starman is placed before the whirling metal gouge of the borer. As the huge machine bears down on him, Starman's body moves out of its path, though he is still unconscious. The gravity rod strapped to his wrist glows. The sudden jerk in safety restores him to consciousness. Oh, my head! What happened? I see. The vibration of that machine must have started the magnetism of the gravity rod. It pulled me out of the way just in time. Try to kill me that way, will they? I'll fix that machine of theirs. The stellar power of the rod melts metal as if it were ice. Inside the tank, the heat is terrific.
Has that man got volcanoes at his fingertips? I'm getting out of here.
I guess things are getting too hot for them, but I won't let them get away again. Starman leaps down from the battered tank. It gives me a kick to land on a pair of heels.
Oof.
I'll save you the trouble of seeing a dentist.
I'll remove all your teeth free. Oh.
Now let's play 9 pins. There's no denying. I'll knock off your pins.
What is...
Well, I busted up the gang of mine invaders and smashed their boring machine. Now to free the miners they've imprisoned here. Much thanks, Senor Starman. Now you can work the mines in peace. Say, here come the Bolivian police. When I learned that you had followed the Nazis into their secret tunnel, I hurried over to the mines with my men, now that we have all the proof we need. You won't be needing me any longer, so keep 'em flying. I'll join the rest of the Justice Society and see how they made out.
Dr. Midnight. So, Colombia, that's where I'm bound for. Colombia, our nearest South American neighbor, faces a strange menace. Dr. Midnight's note reads, an epidemic of mass hypnotism has broken out. Victims lose will, act like robots for troublemakers, set out to help investigation at once. Dr. Midnight gales in his everyday identity as Dr. McNider, the blind scientist and waiter, a writer with his assistant, Myra Mason. I'm so glad you decided on this sudden vacation. You've been working so hard. I'd be glad to meet Dr. Gomez again. He's an old college professor of mine. When the boat docks, the old friends are reunited. My old American friend, I have heard of your blindness. Such a pity. Those, what are those? Those Steve Dorbs? Steve Doors. What happened to them?
Down with democracy! Democracy is for fools!
What's happening? It is that strange thing, maybe a disease.
As yet we do not know, but let's get away from here. They will attack everything representing law and order.
Come, Doctor.
Down with freedom!
Dr. Gomez does not know that with his special glasses, Dr. McNider has overcome his blindness.
It is a mercy you cannot see it. They will fight like demons until thoroughly subdued.
At Dr. Gomez's home,
In the old days, people would speak of them as bewitched, possessed by the devil. Now we are just puzzled.
I know the people of Colombia love liberty and democracy. This is indeed a strange disease.
Our one hope is Dr. Swine, the European scientist. He is now using a new serum.
Swine? Why, he's a well-known Nazi leader.
Unfortunately, but he is also a doctor, and you know how we doctors put our medical duties above all others.
I hope you're right. But at that very moment we find Swine not far away. Democracy is dead, but not for now. The stevedores are all arrested.
Swine, you are a genius!
And soon comes the day when we will strike with full force and make this country another one of our slave states. Have the loudspeakers placed everywhere. Continue to inoculate in all quarters. But I must go now to meet this fool American doctor. Heil! It shall be done. What sinister, mysterious weapon is Swine using against the liberty-loving people of Colombia? Will even Dr. Midnight be able to combat it? Let us see. The Nazi leader goes directly to Dr. Gomez's home.
Dr. McNider, Dr. Swine.
Dr. Swine, yes, I've heard a great deal about you, and I'm going to find out much more.
The famous
American crime fiction writer. Blind? Well, I don't have to fear him. The serum you're using. I'd like to learn something about it. So, then come to my laboratory tomorrow. Also, I will give you an inoculation. No one is immune, you know. Later, Myra sees Dr. McNider to his hotel room. I don't trust this Dr. Swine. I wish Dr. Midnight were up here to check up on him. Prattle. Dr. Midnight is only a myth. Well, good night, Myra. See you tomorrow. But as soon as Myra is gone, Dr. McNider puts out the lights and dons a strange garb. Wouldn't Myra be surprised to know that Dr. Midnight and her poor helpless boss are the same man? And from a special traveling case, he releases his faithful companion, Hooty the Owl. Work to be done, Hooty. I hope you like this South American climate. Hoo. And shortly after, there is a strange visitor at Dr. Swine's laboratory. Nice and dark here. Good thing I can see in the dark, like you can, Hooty. Ooh. There must be the serum he was working on. I'll take some along and analyze it. And what's this? What an odd-looking whistle. Dr. Midnight blows into the whistle, but there is no sound whatsoever. The pitch is too high for the human ear. What's that? People rushing up the stairs. I better hide. In a moment, the room is filled with uniformed hoodlums. Swine's personal bodyguards. I heard the master signal. So did I. Someone must be here. We will search. In a dark closet, they could hear the whistle. Odd. I'll bet this serum has something to do with that. Dr. Midnight crashes one of his blackout bombs to the floor. I'll find out very soon, but first to get out of this tight spot. The bomb spreads darkness and confusion among the hoodlums. Who made out the lights? Thanks for the assistance. 3 out, all out. Now I can look over this place in peace. An unusual mic. I see. It converts sound beyond the human hearing, like that of a whistle. I begin to understand. On the way back to his room, Dr. Midnight finds he is not the only one seeking the cover of darkness. Those men on the roof. They look like Swine's kind. I'll see what they're up to. Just as I suspected. From this loudspeaker, those who have been inoculated would hear the master's voice all over the plaza. Back at his room, Dr. Midnight makes a quick analysis of the serum. This stuff is going to make the hearing sensitive to sounds we normally cannot hear, such as those that come over Swine's private radio. Those who have been inoculated become Swine's victims. His messages reach them strangely, apparently from nowhere. No wonder they break out in cold fury like robots. But the next morning, Dr. McNider keeps his appointment with the wicked Swine, keeping his secret information to himself. I hope you won't trust this swine too far.
Don't worry, Myra.
Meanwhile, in Swine's inner office.
It is the truth, Master. We were attacked by Dr. Midnight. He left this symbol.
Fools! Dr. Midnight is an American fairy tale. Get out! Good morning, Dr. McNider. So glad you came. Dr. McNider submits to inoculation. More than 50,000 Colombians have already been inoculated. Experiments very successful. Yes, Herman?
An important cable, Herr Doctor.
Very interesting.
Now I'll know how your victims are affected, you rat.
Believing Dr. McNider to be blind, Swine carelessly exposes the cable to his view. This is important, Herman.
Yeah, and everything is ready also. Orders to strike at once. I'll have to work fast.
Goodbye, Doctor. We will meet again soon, maybe. The great McNider, like the rest of these fools, now he will be a robot for me and the fatherland. Suddenly, Dr. McNider, like thousands all over the land, begins to hear Swine's broadcast voice. I am your conscience. The time has come to rebel.
Leave me at the hotel, Myra. I want to rest today. Swine is beginning to broadcast.
But left alone, Dr. McNider quickly becomes Dr. Midnight again. Liberty is a fool's dream. Assemble with your brothers in the public squares.
Those messages. If I didn't know Swine's secret, I'd think those thoughts were coming from my own mind. Fortunately, I know what those people are hearing. I must stop this sinister scheme.
Today we are going to destroy democracy. Swine prepares for a cola. Is that what it is? Coat. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Only the Führer is fit to rule, and his deputy in this country is...
Your state uniform is ready, Master.
But again the blackout bomb of Dr. Midnight spreads darkness and confusion.
The party's over, Swine. Ugh!
The mic picks up Hootie's cry and breaks the spell over the puzzled crowd. And his deputy in this country is...
Who
is right? Say, what are we all doing here anyway?
Long live liberty, people of Colombia. You have been duped by Dr. Swine. He will confess to you.
Ja, I confess everything.
Swine's confession arouses the anger of the crowd.
I made you think you are thinking things when I wanted you to think.
Down with Swine! Let's get a hold of him! But as the crowd surges towards the building, Dr. Midnight appears on a balcony.
Wait, no violence. In Colombia, you have justice as well as liberty.
The American Dr. Midnight is right.
Long live liberty and justice. Keep 'em flying.
And so Swine and his henchmen are handed over to the police.
In this country, unlike yours, Swine, you will get a fair trial.
Maybe democracy is not so worse after all. Later, Myra reports to Dr. McNider. Just think, Dr. Midnight is just...
Do I have to hear about him here too? Don't forget I'm on vacation, Myra.
Well, Dr. Midnight and Hootie have done their part. Let's see what the other members are doing. For the Hawkman, it is a short stop from Mexico to the Panama Canal.
The others were to meet me here as soon as they finished their assignments. Wonder how they made out. I think you'll find that the Jefe de la Policia have the situation well at hand in Mexico, sir.
Yes, so I understand, Hawkman. Thanks to your help.
That goes double for Brazil. And for Colombia.
One by one, the other members arrive, each with his tale of success. All but Johnny Thunder. I have a little surprise for you, gentlemen. Since the army is giving a big dance in your honor this evening, I thought you might like partners. In the next room, the girlfriends of the Justice Society members.
Inza! I must say, this is a surprise. Shira!
All you girls have your fellows, but what about my Johnny Thunder? I bet he was killed or something. Then you'll all be sorry.
That's right, men. We can't celebrate our good fortune before we know that Johnny is safe.
Listen, is it my excited nerves or do I hear music?
I hear it too.
Who? It's the wedding march. Somebody's getting married.
Oh, maybe it's Johnny.
He's gonna get himself married. I know it. Oh, I know it. Oh, boo-hoo. Hawkman, save me. Save me. I don't want to get married. Save me. Why, it's Johnny the Heartbreaker. Who's the girl this time? This time?
Why, Johnny, he thunder you wretch. Darling, I got my vacation. Now we can get married at last.
She's chased me all the way from Cuba. She's nuts about me. Save me. Nuts about you? Look. Gentlemen, allow me to introduce Bradley Gina, famous Cuban espionage agent. We fell in love long ago, but she couldn't get married until the spy menace was cleaned up. Now, thanks to your wonderful help, we can be married at last. Oh!
Forgive my little joke, Johnny. I knew you were coming here, so I decided to make believe it was you I loved. Please forgive me.
Sure, that's all right. I wish both of you lots of happiness. That evening, a victory ball is held, attended by the representatives of the South American republics and the members of the Justice Society of America.
Yes, senor, this ball celebrates our freedom from all fifth column activities, and also cements the ties of friendship with all the Americas.
During the evening, Johnny and Daisy take a walk in the garden. Now that Johnny is in Panama, his Thunderbolt listens to English. Say, you know what, Daisy? I wish I had you all to myself way up on the moon. No sooner than that is done.
If this is another little joke of your little jokes, Johnny Thunder, I don't like it.
It's a plot, that's what it is. It's fifth columnist work, just because I'm a famous Justice Society member. Help, help!
Well, he asked for it. And that's the end. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.